Next. Okay. Seven Blue or Azura Yuichi. Let's have a look. After more than a decade, our relationship had come to an end. A decade is 10 years, huh? Jeez. Sounds to me that the dreams I had with him will never come true anymore. How can I move on smoothly, and how can the Riz... and how can have the Riz to attract the right one? How to know who is the one? I think a good way to look at it is... you will never know who is the one, right? You'll never know who is the one. And honestly, I know this might sound weird, but like, if you're together with someone for a decade and it's come to an end, it might not be a bad thing. Like, maybe you both... I'm assuming you both wanted different things, right? You both wanted different things, or one of you wanted something different, and you go and move on, right? And 10 years is a long time, but the thing is, I'm sure if you were together for 10 years, that you had a lot of good times, right? So, I just want... if there's one thing I can, like, make sure that you take away from this, is that I hope you don't think that you wasted 10 years of your life. Because... just because it's over now does not mean you wasted this time because they weren't, like, the one, okay? You still had great experiences. You were together 10 years. Being in a relationship for a whole decade, that is, like, bravo to you. That is amazing that you did that. And you know what? The next one that you have, the next relationship that you have, you already know that you're well qualified to be in a long-term... like, long-term, high-investment relationship. You know what... like, you know you're capable of it. Right? So, now, if you know that you're capable of being dedicated for that long, you can really try to narrow down your choices now. You can really look for people who fit your specific, you know, needs. Because you know what you want. If you've been together with someone for 10 years and you split up with them, you know what you're missing, you know what was missing from a relationship, you know what you want, and you know you can commit. So now is a really good time for you to start looking for what you really want. And I know it's very hard. I've obviously never experienced something like this, but, you know, I'd assume it's pretty fucking hard to move on from stuff like this, but just take it one step at a time, you know? One step at a time. Don't rush everything. Maybe try to decide on a year where you'll have that whole year of just, like, going on small little dates. It doesn't have to lead to anything, you know? Just go on small dates. Ask friends that you know if they know anyone to, like, set you up. Because it's always better to be set up with, like, someone who your friend knows than some random stranger, right? But if not, then, you know... There's tons of ways to go for, like, casual, just, like, flirty dates or whatever. You don't have to, like, go on these hardcore... I feel like when people look at dates, they assume, oh, you go out on a date and then it's segs. Like, no, bro. It doesn't... I know that, like, a lot of young people have that now. It's, like, I don't know, like, hookups, I guess. Especially with Tinder. I feel like Tinder has that stereotype, right? Tinder is very much, like, it has the impression of, oh, you go on there, you flirt with this person, and then you meet up and you fuck. Right? But, like, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't at all. And you can just have normal dates. Get to know people. And just do that for a year. You know? I think that's the best way to do it. 'Cause dates are lame. Dates might be lame because you might want to jump into just getting into a relationship and stuff, but dates are really good for these specific situations, especially because you already know if you've been in a relationship for 10 years, you know everything that a relationship has to offer. You know what I mean? Like, there's no surprises. You know everything, so there's no point jumping into it. It's not like I can understand what they meant by that, right? I can understand what they meant by saying that dates are lame. Because I'm assuming that they haven't been in a long-lasting relationship yet. And they want to experience all the good stuff and have all the fun, cute things, like being in a relationship. I get it. But this person has been in a relationship for 10 years. They've experienced everything already. You know, this is a good way to come out of your shell after a 10-year relationship. Well, as I said, these are my opinions. Dates, in this instance, I would say dates are necessary. I really don't think getting into a full committed relationship after being in a 10-year relationship is a good idea. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should definitely take it slow and just do, like, small dates. Like... Well, yeah. That's what I think that you should do. But like I said, I really hope you don't think that you wasted these 10 years, because you definitely didn't, okay? You definitely didn't. And, I applaud you for being in a relationship for that long. That takes a lot of consistency, a lot of, like, effort, and a lot of commitment. So, you know, it's very respectable that you are that committed. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I'm sure the next one that you have will last forever. Alright. Next.